Sorry.
It's all good. Life happens. There we go. And we are live right now for episode 403 of the Terrell Effect. And as I hit the live button, one of my favorite producers just messaged me and said, "Hey, you want to chill?" And I'm just like, I have to say after 3-ish, because I gotta run out to St. Catharines. You know what I mean? Get my daughter hooked up with her stuff for her prom because she's graduating this year. For those of you who watch Daddy Daughter Time for the last 5-6 years, daughter's all grown. Well, not all grown up, but she's some grown up, and she's graduating this year. So like, I don't even know what to do, but I know for sure we got Apostle Q right here. So let's talk to her about what's going on with the latest from the soon to be greatest and another member of the VGN. How you doing, girl?
Wait a minute. It
Empress.
was the soon to be greatest for me. I felt that in my spirit.
Oh, there
Glory.
you go. There you go. You see,
I
I,
felt that.
I had to truncate it a little bit because it usually goes from the latest. We feature the latest from the soon to be greatest. So you got to tune in because it might change your status or your playlist.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's how we do.
Okay.
That's how we do.
I like that.
Mhm,
Well,
mhm.
thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It is definitely an honor, and I do not take it for granted. To those of you who don't know me, my name is Cornetta Thomas, but I'm affectionately known as Apostle Q. But I'm not your ordinary apostle, so please don't put your girl in a box, okay? Because you
Okay.
will be disappointed. Hallelujah. You will be disappointed. I'm just saying.
She hit you with a hallelujah.
I had to do it. I
It's
had to
in,
do it.
that's enriching like some callaloo. Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Sir, didn't we already have this conversation? It's too early.
It's never
Okay?
too,
It's
it's
too
never too early
early.
to ride for the right of the Lord. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely.
mm. Although these glasses, I don't know what it is. People say that I've been blessed in so many ways. One of them apparently is with eyelashes, but it's not a blessing when they're pushing up against my glasses, making it hard for me to see otherwise.
Oh man, when I say
It,
feel like needles in the eye, it feel
yes,
like needles are in your eyes.
yes.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
First of all, how do you just randomly grow out of a space where there's no other reason for, like, you know what I mean? It's not like you growing from the crook of the eye to the eyebrow because that would look weird, but it would almost make more sense. It's just like I'm gonna grow right here, stop, and then jump out here. Sorry, I'm
That
on some other
part.
shit. I'm on some other shit today. You got to forgive me.
You okay?
It must be the spirits you bring around you because I'm not usually like this.
Why does everybody say that? Oh my goodness. Everybody
Well,
always says that. I don't
em-
know, Q. It's something about you. I don't usually act like this. What? I didn't
Empress,
even do anything.
Empress, if everybody's saying it, it can be false.
Right, right,
So there has
right.
to be some truth to it.
I
You know
might
what
as
I
well
mean?
accept it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Truth is true.
Yeah.
So, so was this a name you were dubbed? Is this something you found to yourself? How did we get to the anointing of the Apostle Q?
Well, everything I do is usually given to me. I do the best that I can not to do anything unless God is giving me certain instructions. And the thing
Okay,
about it is, I was ordained as an apostle in 2017, right?
all right.
And I told God, we had like a whole it was actually an argument. We had like a
Mm,
whole argument because I'm saying to him, like, are you sure you calling me? Like, I don't know if it's me you want to call because you know your girl got some issues. And
ooh,
you know these church folks, they want to send you to hell for every little thing you do.
mm,
So I'm not sure I'm prepared or ready for any of that, even though I love to serve, even though I just love God, period. I love everything about spirituality. I just didn't feel like I fit. So when he called me, I told him, okay, you know I'm gonna be me, right? I just want you to know I'm not about to be sacrilegious. I'm not to be over spiritualizing anything. I'm not gonna speak in King James, with the
okay.
TH at the end of every word. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to be myself. So when people would try to reference me, they would say, "Well, what do we call you, Apostle Cornetta, Apostle Tom?" Just say Apostle Q. Why? Because everybody already called me Q. And I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, or I don't want to seem like I'm better than anybody. Whatever mission God gave me, I want to be able to relate. I want to be able to be reachable. I want to be able to save, or I want God to use me to do what He said in His word to save those that are lost.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times, the reason why people in the world don't want to come to church is because the people in the church act like they holier than thou.
It's like they bring their own gowns and gavels.
What you say? Gowns
And
and gavels.
and gavels. Not even just a gown. They can't even just come with a gown and hold their gavel. No. You know
No,
what I mean?
no.
And what you just said is one of the like my mom's church is probably the only church I really like frequent. And when I say frequent, I haven't been there since my daughter was baptized and she's going into high school. So
Okay.
but wherever they are and gathered in two or three, so shall he be. So
Right. Because
I
it's not
like this.
about the building, it's about the people.
No, exactly, exactly. And the ambiance, the energies, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like as I said that, my watch showed me that I don't have the energy to have that conversation right now. So let me put it on the charger. Put it on the charger. I just I'm telling you, there's signs. There's signs. I know like
Absolutely.
okay.
Sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it. This is life. This is what I love about my podcast because anything that could happen does
It's going
happen
to happen.
and it will happen. You know what I mean? So like I've had people's kids break into the scene and say some like okay, shout out to Lee McInnes on Wednesday. We had a man on here. He's starting off his own podcast, not his podcast, a show series, and he had his son, and he introduced me to his son, and my dude had the word toy in his mind for like the 15 minutes he spent coming on and off of the show. Like every time he'd come into the room, it was toy, 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 toy. He'd leave the room, toy. Come back into the room, toy, 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 toy. it was it was irritating. It-
How old is he?
he was about like 4, I think.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
And
That's
now
I know you can hear mine. Mine is in the room right now saying pow 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 pow
yeah,
pow
and now my
pow.
dad's calling me, so I gotta answer that. Hello, sir. We are live on the Terrell Effect. How are you doing today? Afternoon, afternoon. Yes, we're live on the podcast right now. So you have something inspirational to say? Hello, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I don't know. I'm live.
well, that's a good start.
Go on.
I'm just doing a podcast right now. I'm live with Apostle Q. I figured since
Yeah, that's all.
this is like the third
I
time you.
just have my phone.
Oh, hold on. Because I'm on the speak. I was on a speaker. I said this is like the third time you've called while I've been on the show, so I figure I should have you on the show to say something.
Yeah, but that's all I can say.
Come again?
We also finish now.
Well, you called. I figured it was timing. We were talking about a few things. So, and you came up. We were talking about some interesting things for you to call. So, I just found it funny and decided I'd, call you on the show just to say hi because I said there's few people that call me that I have to answer the phone to, and you're one of them.
Good afternoon. I'm still here.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, on that note, let me give you a shout back when I'm done. I got to do some running around today, so don't fault me if it's later than it is sooner. All right. Thanks for calling. Love you too. Right. Yep. That's like I said, anything could happen and will.
Don't I know it? Don't I know
Telling
it?
you. but it's all for a reason. I'm positive.
Mhm.
I'm positive
Mhm.
it's all for a reason. You know what I mean? Before I get on my high horse, I got to check myself. I
Oof.
check myself. I
What you say?
listen, listen. They say judge not lest you be judged first. That's why the first person I judge is myself when I look in the mirror. Don't play
Mm.
with me.
Yeah. Yeah,
don't,
that part. But
don't.
even in that, right? Even
Yeah.
in the judging yourself part, right?
Hmm.
I really honestly believe that it, instead of it being a judgment, it's more of a self-reflection to see if there are any adjustments that need to be made. You know
I
what I'm
like the way
saying?
you say that. That sounds a lot less condemning than me looking at
Yes,
myself and
because
like, you could have held the door open for that individual yesterday. Why didn't you hurry up and cook that breakfast? You know that hungry. Like,
exactly. No, but
oh
for
man.
real, it's true. Like, and I feel like that's where we go wrong a lot of the times is when we're so hard on ourselves,
Hmm.
we're naturally going to be hard on other people. We're naturally going to pass judgment on other people. But the Bible specifically says there is now therefore no condemnation. Romans 8:18 to those who are in Christ Jesus. So if God is saying you're not condemned, then who am I to try to condemn you? How can I condemn you? I don't have the right. Hello?
I just I wish more people understood that. It's like it's almost like the government not realizing they work for the people.
Thank
Like
you.
it just it's like when, and that's what bothers me when people look down on themselves sometimes too. Because it's like if we are created in his likeness and all you can see is the negative that's happened without being able to look at the positive that could be happening,
Yes.
you're not doing yourself any justice.
No,
Speaking of
not at
justice,
all.
I hope. Well, there's no judgment here. I have a ritual. There are meditations that I do during my show that probably are the reason why I'm not on live podcast yet. But we do a radio cast now, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just
That's
a
right.
podcast that you find when you're looking for it. We are broadcast weekly on the VGN by way of Zeno.fm / multiple stations. Although my tag is CULCHASHOCKRADIO. Culture Shock Radio replays the Terrell Effect on Saturdays at 8 a.m., as well as Candid Conversations on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Apostle Q is a part of the Village Global Network, a newer member to the group, and definitely brings a charismatic energy to her aura. Yes, yes.
Really though? I don't know if that
Really?
was an insult or a compliment. I'm just playing.
Oh, well, I mean, then I guess I got to work on my compliments. Uh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know that was a compliment, but thank you, sir. I
no
appreciate
problem, no problem.
it. You're a trip.
Mm-hmm. I try to be like Mr. Frizzle, if you will. That would be my other nickname, the
Mr.
Wizard of
Frizzle?
Odd, Mr. Frizzle. Cause like when you go, listen, man. I remember one time I went out with someone, and me and my cousin, we hooked up and we're like, yo, we're gonna go on this road trip quick. We're gonna be back tonight. It was 2 days later that we returned. Yeah, it's like any like the other day we went up to 2 days in a row. We brought an artist I work with, Timmy Two Tokes, to get his GED.
Hmm.
Day one got down there and back perfect. Day two got down there and back perfect. Day three, my car said, "Forget your feelings, Sam." Not you, Sam, but like, sorry, I just saw your name, but forget your feelings, fam. You know what I mean? Remember the feelings of Sam because she was just promoted as what the director, one of the
I think it's
directors.
the director of media. Is it media? Director? I don't know, but she in charge. That's all I know. Congratulations.
QC, HQIC, okay?
Right.
HQIC,
That part.
or HEIC. The head empress in charge, head queen in charge, whatever you want to
Right.
put it. That's
Right.
her. That's her. You know what I mean? Like she at least is every like. There's not a podcast I don't see her either share the link or pop
Yeah.
in for a second or
Yes.
like she's
Yes.
definitely like what is what is it that passes the energy from one atom to another? Because that's what she is. She is. Everyone's going to officially have a title within the molecular body of this VG.
Right.
We got the heartbeat, we got the nucleus, but there's other body parts that are definitely essential to the functions of
Yes.
this thing.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, it's mad.
Yeah.
And like sometimes, like I don't forget, but I'm still remembering. Like when you spend, oh gosh, I don't know how it was, like 9 years. I did podcasts for 9 years where
Okay.
I was just doing the podcast and putting it out there for people to find.
Hmm.
Now the podcast is circulating to places like Italy and Trinidad and Tobago and
Listen.
China
Doesn't
and
it
like
feel good? Like, isn't it? Like, sometimes I really be like, bruh, like, I'm international, like, for real. Like, it's not a joke anymore. Like, it's
my
not one or
lady,
two, it's 191 plus countries. Hello,
my lady,
somebody.
we're global. We're global. It's not even international anymore. We
It's
global.
global. Oh,
It's not
excuse me.
like
Check me, sir. It's
I
global.
had. I don't want you to undersell yourself, madam. I just can't have that
Yeah.
happen. You know what I mean? Like, and the product is there. We have an app. Download the VGN app, Village Global Network, available in your Android and Apple stores, your Play Store and your Samsung store and your Motorola store or whatever store it is on your phone. Get it soon because we got it going on. Looking at, I have this song here. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because it's on here. Bang. Diamonds. I don't want to play it just yet. I don't want to play it just yet. I want a little bit of a background on this song here and how it came to fruition.
Okay, so uh let me start at the beginning. I
Hmm.
host on Freedom, excuse me, on the VGN, I host a podcast slash radio show called Freedom Friday. And the
Okay.
purpose of this show is to really merge church and mental health, or spirituality and mental health. And the reason is because what I discovered is there aren't too many churches that are talking about that. You know what I'm saying? There aren't too
Yep.
many churches that are talking about the part of the body that controls the whole entire body. Instead, we talking about cars and houses, and if you turn around 7 times, you're gonna get a breakthrough, and not understanding that even though God is so big, and sometimes He's so what's the word? I'm meticulous
Mm,
to tell you to turn around 7 times and something to change. He could do that, and He has done that. But what about the maintenance part? If I
mm,
turn around 7 times and get my breakthrough, that's it. I done got my breakthrough. But what happens after that? Because the
ooh.
Bible says when you cast out spirits or when you help somebody get free from something, if you don't fill that empty space with something better or something good, whatever left you is going to come back with some homies, okay? With some
Oh,
reinforcement.
wait. Hold on a second. I don't like dead air, but that air is not dead. It's being filled with something for a second. You just
Listen.
gave me a revelation. I'm over here thinking I'm helping people in junk, and I am in a way, but
Mhm.
that last part that you said, it's like you could take the thing that's bothering them away, but if you don't fill it with
It's an empty space.
uh
It's
and
an
they're gonna bring
empty
some
space.
homies back, and they're
Listen,
gonna bring some.
I'm a
Oh
living
my.
witness. I done had oil. I'm talking about gallons, okay? I done had gallons of oil poured on me. And yes, I would experience the deliverance, but nobody knew. Nobody had the understanding or the knowledge or the wisdom to teach me how to maintain my deliverance, how to fill that empty space back up, right?
Oh shit.
So whatever I got free from would come back, and not only come back, but it came back with a vengeance. So I was 100 times worse than I was than when I started. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yep.
eventually, you know, God gave me a nonprofit corporation called Diamonds in the Rough International, because that's what
Hmm.
I am. I'm a diamond in the rough.
Hmm.
I've gone through pure hell. You hear what I'm saying? And a lot of
Yep.
people don't believe it because of how I look. They don't think, oh, she too this or she too that. I don't believe she this. Okay. I came from the mud, the grit, and the dirt. I've
I
been through the storm and occasionally slept in them. Hello.
I hear you. I hear you. It's loud and clear. They how does it go? They hear you speak the Queen's English and I know say you can't go on bad too.
Listen. Listen, all of that. What you just, I don't even know what the last part was you said, but
Yeah.
what I concur. I could
That's what
carry
it is.
trace salt.
I'm telling you, like for the better part of 14 years, yeah, David Tyrell, family man, at home for his children or his child children family unit. Da, 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 da,
Please
da.
don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. As Ti said, you think I'm bad now? Should have seen me before I had children.
I was still bad when I had children.
Oh, oh,
you
I was
should
just
you should have
listen.
seen me before God put his hand on me for real and really gave me the business,
That
right?
that's that was his version of my business. He gave me that child, and I said, okay, listen, if I don't change now, you know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right,
But
right,
I
right.
look at her now, and I see a reflection of the change that I've made,
Wow, that's
and
powerful.
like it is phenomenal. Like there was a time where I was worried and concerned, like the parental concerns you have for your child,
Yes,
but like I got to the point where I feel like to a certain point she can handle herself, and if she can't handle herself, she knows who to call in that event.
yes.
So like I'm at the point where I remember I said something to her the other day, and she's like, she responded to me, and the topic I brought up was something I thought was beyond her age range.
Uh huh.
And then the way she responded was like she was at that age point, and I'm just like, how are you even aware of this situation? Like, what made you? She's like, Dad, you gave me the internet unfiltered since I was 4 years old. You don't think I've done my
Yes,
own
but that's
research?
what you're supposed to do. You know why? Because then we're not gonna be around them 24/7.
No.
And if we're not giving it to them, somebody will.
Yep. Yep. And they'll teach them in a way that gives them control over the situation, which makes it hard for. I had to tell her some hard shit. I said, you know what? Sometimes you're gonna have to even go against what I say.
Yeah, to
And she
find
looked at me like,
yourself. Absolutely.
huh? I said, there's gonna be times where I tell you not to go with a stranger, right? And then there's gonna be a situation where two strangers approach you, and you're gonna have to decide what stranger to go with for the preservation of your own well-being,
Absolutely.
right? So you have
Absolutely.
to know how to judge people by not judge people, but assess people by their conduct, by their behavior. And sometimes you might be wrong, but you have
Yeah.
to at least have an idea of like of where they fit in the diaspora for you to know where you're
Ooh,
gonna go.
diaspora. That's an F cat word.
Well, you know.
Diaspora. I think I need
Yeah,
to put that in my repertoire.
it's
Excuse
a
me.
it's a vast thing we're dealing with here. We are just like specks in the
Literally.
cosmos, right?
Literally.
So yeah, but no, I'm telling you this. I whew,
But
words.
like to actually answer the question that you asked me, because we went on a whole tangent and went
Oh yeah,
left field somewhere. I don't know. But to answer the question, that's how the theme song came about.
yeah,
Was once Diamonds in the Rough, really solidified, and God told me to start doing Freedom Friday. I didn't understand it. I didn't want to do it because I already felt like I had everybody watching me already. And now the more people are going to be watching me, and it feels like I have to pretend. And I told God, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going to be myself, whether I'm good, bad, or indifferent. If I fall, whatever, it's going to be real. And
mhm,
so when I started it, I didn't have a theme song, and I wanted it to be original. I wanted everything about Freedom Friday to be different from what everybody else was doing. All the graphics, everything is what I've done. I've done it with my hands, except for
nice.
the song. Thank you. Except for the song, um, my good friend and brother. His name is Otis Flowers. He's a music engineer, music producer. He can sing his head off. When I tell you this brother is multi, I don't even want to say talented. I want to say multi gifted. He has
Okay,
so many different gifts, and he is amazing when it comes to this music thing. So if anybody's looking for a producer or an engineer, Otis Flowers. It's spelled exactly how it sounds. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram. I think on Instagram is Zael's Daddy, but definitely on Facebook it's Otis Flowers. Okay, he's the one who curated my theme song for Freedom Friday, and I'm so in love with it. So that's how we came up with this song.
well, let us, without further ado, play this song because we might play it a couple of times just to give y'all an opportunity to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, because it's
Um,
a snippet. It's literally like a jingle. It's a
yeah,
snippet.
yeah. Get that. And this is brought to you by the Terrell Effect, which is live on Saturdays and has been every Saturday for the last 8.1 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I gotta do one last thing before I do this because every time I say I'm gonna do something without further ado, there is further ado. Um, it's just, it's like the best shows are either short or interfered with.
I get it. Trust me, I get
You,
it.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
so let me find this. I got this here, got that there. Gotta start this off right. Okay, this is episode 403 of the Terrell Effect. We are here with the Apostle Q, and we are about to play the track Diamonds from the podcast Diamonds in the Rough. Here we go.
It's Freedom Friday podcast.
From, you know what, we'll pull that
Freedom
whole thing
Friday podcast.
from the Freedom Friday podcast. Your business is called Diamonds in the Rough, correct?
Yes. The business is
That's
called
where
Diamonds in the Rough.
that's where I made the mistake, but I corrected myself. There we go.
Okay.
Now I hear feet. Oh boy. Okay, no feet. There we go. Diamonds in the Rough for the podcast Freedom
Freedom
Fridays.
Friday.
Let's go.
You're now listening to Apostle Q podcast. We are
You know, I was in such a, I want to say, hyperactive state of mind. And then I heard that, and it was like I was just washed over with tranquility.
Right?
That was unreal. I
Listen,
gotta.
my brother is no joke. And he did it in less, I want to say, I think he did that. I'm talking about he mixed it, mastered it, everything. That's all his work. Everything you hear on that jingle is literally all him. And I think he did it in like 2 days. Cause
Huh.
that was light work for him. Like this man is a beast. I'm telling you. Oldest
Yeah.
flowers, y'all. Go find them. I'm telling you. He
Ooh,
get you right.
that is dope. That's
And that's the
proper.
thing. He picked up on what I wanted without me even telling him because I wanted something that was unique.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanted it to be impactful when the person hears it. Like upon hearing it, I wanted them to feel it. I wanted it to be healing, but not in a way that has ever been hurt. I wanted it to be completely different, and he gave it to me. He
Hmm.
gave it to me.
Like I feel like the visuals that you would add to it
Yeah.
would take you in further, kind of thing. Like I'd be interested to see what. You see, that's another thing we should really be doing. And I don't know if Senior G's brought it up or what, but like, yeah, he has playing each other's commercials,
Mhm.
right? Like this is all that's what the NBCs and the ABCs and whatever BCs are doing out there,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Just
Absolutely.
replicate. We just, but there's just so much happening at any given time. Like if you look at what any one of the creatives are doing in their individual lives, right?
Yeah, multiple
And
hats.
multiple hats, and
Yeah.
then you throw in the VG end, right? That's just it's like having to it's like jumping into double dutch on hyperspeed.
And God forbid if life is life. God forbid if life is life, and when life is life, and it's so interesting though. And I tell people this all the time because some people that are close to me have the I don't want to call it a privilege because it's not really that deep, but have the ability to see what I go through personally. Like a lot of other people just see what is produced, the end result, the
Mhm.
amazing whatever they want to call it at any given moment, not understanding that behind the scenes that sometimes I've literally cried until my eyes was red and puffy right before I pressed go live. You know what I'm saying? I've literally had to push past one of the craziest experiences that I've ever had right before I got to push the live button, okay? And still got to show up all pretty and smiling and
Yeah.
vibrant and to appease the people, not understanding inside. Sometimes I want to quit too.
What I said the other day was something that kind of resonated with me. It's like if you can't hold my head when I'm down, don't reach for my hand when I'm up. And a lot of people don't know how often my head is down. You know what I mean?
Listen,
And it's not to blame or hold anyone to fault for that. I just got the content for the mix today. It's not like, blaming anybody or anything, but it's like we as creatives have to like sometimes shut off our personal life to give people that entertainment. I say to the 9 to 5ers and like the people who have their scheduled, structured occupations and aren't artistically inclined, when they finish working is when we start. We
literally.
have to start entertaining them from that mundane, drab, click, push, click, repetition kind of thing.
Right.
And that is taxing on us.
Yes.
So,
Especially you have 9 times out of 10 you have a regular 9 to 5 yourself.
yep,
And then you leave there, have to come home to another 9 to 5 if you have kids. You know what I'm saying? So it is extremely taxing. And it's only God's grace and only his strength that has kept me. Because when you're doing something on a scale that he's allowed me to do, um, to impact people in such a way, because the part that I missed was the goal for Diamonds in the Rough is holistic mental wholeness and suicide prevention. Now, it's one thing to do holistic mental health. It's a whole other thing to do suicide prevention. I've literally have had to talk people off the ledge, like on the phone with them while they have a whole bottle of pills in their hand, or getting ready to. I don't even want to get into it because it's a little bit graphic. But the whole point I'm trying to make is I've literally had to talk people off the ledge. That's a gift that's been given by God Himself to be able to stop somebody from taking their own life.
yep,
So
yep,
imagine the hell I go through because God has allowed me to see victory in, I want to say, all but one person. And the one person I let them slip out of my hands.
mm,
So imagine the kind of hell I got to catch because of those victories and because I'm continuously pushing God in the forefront when we live in a world that don't want to hear nothing about Him.
yep,
So imagine, it's not easy. Imagine the warfare I go through in my own mind. Because a lot of the times when you've been called to something great, when it comes to helping people, the area that you're called to, you struggle with it first.
mm,
A lot of people ain't gonna say that
mm-hmm,
because they want to pretend to be perfect or pretend they got it all together. I'm not gonna sit and lie to you about none of it. I struggle. You hear me what I'm saying? People think, oh, she's so anointed, she's so powerful. And yes, by the grace of God, that's all true. But on the other side of that, I struggle
mm-hmm,
in order to do and accomplish what God has called me to do. I struggle. Even the Bible tells you, I forgot the scripture. It said, but it says, it's been given to me a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I exalt myself above measure. So, in plain English, what does that mean? I have some issues.
Let's not.
Okay. Let's get
But
out of
what?
King James and speak Ebonics real quick. I got some real issues.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have asked God multiple times to take this away from me, and He hasn't. But why? And I'm talking to somebody. The reason those things you're struggling with has not left you as much as you've asked God to take it from you. I believe there's multi purposes. Number one, it keeps you humble.
True.
It keeps you at His feet. It keeps you from getting beside yourself because some of y'all are real powerful. Some of y'all, they ain't even seen the half or a quarter of what you really could do or who you really getting ready to be. Who am I talking to?
Mm.
But because of the magnitude of the power or the anointing or the glory or whatever you want to call it, is so big. He have to keep something in your life that's gonna keep you humble, lest you get beside yourself and forget that it ain't really you who's doing it in the first place. Hello.
Okay. 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 Listen. Listen. I'm not sure I was scheduled for this reality right now, but I feel like she's just reaching into my soul and talking to me. And I look down at my phone to check the message, and the message is just like, and that's who it is. And she just tips my chin up, just like, look at me, boy. You know when you in church and the pastor talking to you, you try to look
Right.
away like they ain't talking to you, just like, nah, that ain't me. I don't know what you talking about. You shifted in your chair, getting all uncomfortable and shit. That's exactly what just happened to me right now. I ain't even go lie to you. I'm telling you right now on the Terrell effect, she has her own effects on people. Ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen,
To
Apostle
God be the
Q.
glory.
Oh, to God be the glory indeed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're about at the halfway mark of the show, and this is gonna be a trip for me. This is where I flip the script, and when I flip the script, I give the guest the opportunity to be the host and
Uh-oh.
make whatever mess or say whatever they have to say or may have missed or ask whatever questions they may want to ask. So Apostle Q, you have the floor as we flip the script.
Okay. So, okay, so
Mhm.
as because I know you must be Jamaican, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as a man alone,
Hmm.
but island men
Yep.
have been taught to suppress everything.
Yes.
Everything. And that can cause all kind of mishaps in the body and in the mind. That can cause you to go into a lifetime of spiraling downwards. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if that's making sense what I'm saying, where
It is.
you consistently live a life of just everything is always going wrong. Can I tell you why? The Bible says that when a root of bitterness settles in, it defiles many. I'm going to say it again. When a root of bitterness settles in,
Mm-hmm.
it defiles many. And the
Mm-hmm.
Bible also says what defiles a man is not what goes in a man, but what comes out of a man. So if a root of bitterness settles inside of me and it defiles many, basically, if I don't check what's going on internally, if I consistently suppress, I'm talking to you fellas. I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm going here, but if
Yeah.
I
We need
consistently
to go here.
suppress, listen, if I consistently suppress everything I experience and pretend like it never happened or put on the super suit of it's all good, I ain't tripping, it is what it is, and I never check that, what happens is you develop that thing called a root of bitterness. And we talk about stuff that's happened as far as your childhood, the
Hmm.
traumas that you've experienced that no one has heard. You kept it and you vowed to take it to your grave, the things that happened to you as a child.
Hmm.
But let me tell you something. If you don't check it, What does that mean? How do I check it? First of all, acknowledge I got some stuff going on inside of me and I need help with it.
Yep.
I need help. I need somebody to help me navigate through these issues. Because guess what happens? If you don't shed a light in those dark spaces internally, they grow with you. They don't go away.
Nope.
They grow with you. They stay with you and they grow with you. And guess what? Life is going to keep lifing. So you're literally compiling trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, and you wonder why you mad at the whole world.
Can't be angry at breakfast without checking what the ingredients you're using to cook are.
Come on, man. Come on. You wonder why you mad at the world. You wonder why you're so irritable. Why you're so sensitive. Why you're so easily offended. Why nobody don't want to be around you for real because you got a nasty attitude. Why? Because the root of bitterness defiles many. When you're angry and rigid and bitter and unforgiving and you hold all that stuff on, it spews out of you. That's what
Hmm.
comes out. And you hurt people,
Hmm.
defiling many. And to you, you don't even realize what you're doing because it's second nature to you. And
Yeah.
people will try to tell you, listen, you wrong. Listen, you got an attitude problem. Listen, you got an anger problem. But you don't want to hear it. Why? Because y'all got a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good. Y'all got a problem.
You. That's ooh, ooh, ooh. It's so
Uh-uh.
true. It's so true. I love this. This is refreshing because when someone else speaks in line with what thoughts I have as well. Why don't you just talk? Scotty's here? Okay, cool. Daughter's here, ladies and gentlemen. Come pop on. Apostle Q. This is my daughter Ari.
Hey, beautiful. Oh, she's so pretty.
Yes, she is.
Oh,
She's smart too.
I can tell.
Mhm. Yeah,
And she gonna give you a run for your money.
she has been like
Mm-hmm.
from birth. She was born in
And she's
February.
special.
I did the whole headphones on the belly and everything. I said, please, girl, just do me one favor. It's winter
Mm-hmm.
time. Don't come out when it's snowstorming.
Mm-hmm.
Worst snowstorm of 2020. That's when 2010. That's when my daughter decided to be born. I had to drive 45-minute drive, which ended up being 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much it was snowing. 2.5 hours. I wasn't going to the hospital where we lived. I was going to the hospital where I knew the people.
Yeah.
And because
And I
there
feel like
were
when she showed up, she caused a lot of changes. Her being here
so many.
caused a lot of changes. And that's a mark of a marked child.
Yep. Hmm.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Hmm.
Before you know it, when you least expect it, she's gonna blossom into something so amazing.
Hmm.
And the only thing you're gonna really be able to do is guide her.
I just try to support her. I just stay
Yeah,
out of her way and support her. It's like you doing something good. It's not gonna hurt nobody. It's not gonna hurt you. Okay, go
yeah,
ahead. You know what I mean? If it's gonna hurt herself
of
or
course.
cause some kind of negative karma, then I'll try to direct her according to my understanding or experience.
Yeah,
But for the most part, yeah, I know. For the
yeah,
most
that
part,
girl is special.
it's just letting her do what she's got to do. Girl, if that falls and hits me in the head, I swear it'll be a good highlight reel, but it'll be like I won't listen. I hope so because I feel that coming forward and I'll see it. Like
We bind that fallen spirit
you know
in
what I
the
mean?
name.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to rest against his paw. Just louder things, please. I know, but you got to slide it over, slide it back to the. Hold on. Come. Work with me. Work with me. There we go. There we go. You just got to level it out now. Okay, excellent. See, this is why I need a static set. This is like
What are you saying? I'm telling you. But
thick.
it's coming.
It
Okay,
is.
the VGN, I don't know what it is about the VGN, but the VGN gonna bless us. Watch what I tell you.
We
I just
go.
think that we have to just stay the course and be patient.
Yep.
Stay the course and be patient. But the VGN is already blessing us, but it's gonna bless us in a way that's gonna change our lives. Watch what I tell you.
I hear you on that. I need you to get me my bottle of liquid because like there's a ginger ale on the counter. You stir it. There's a either on the counter or in the dining room. You stirred up all the dust, and now my throat is dry. Go. I don't care what you're trying to do. You disturbed my set, so you're gonna fix it. I love that you have that energy. I really do. But like, if you left things the way they were, or just did what you had to do for yourself, you wouldn't have created the issue that's currently occurring. I need you to be accountable. I love you, and that is the life lesson.
Right here on live.
Right here on live. You know what I mean? The key to maintaining a successful business is minding your own.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a t-shirt and a
I,
Facebook post. Ooh.
I'm telling you. I'm
Wait, I'm
telling
about to put that the key to a successful business is minding your own.
you. Key to
Question, do
maintaining.
you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I do. David.Tyrell. You gave me warm water instead of the ginger ale that I asked for. You know I don't. Get me something that isn't that swamp, please. You can drink whatever you like to drink that isn't going to make you intoxicated. I'm just saying I like something specific. Love you, girl. No, I really do. I really do. That's why I'm maintaining this even keeled temperament while you're interrupting something that's been happening for the better part of 9 years at around the same time. You know, like how can I? How can I? Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. Where'd you find it? Oh, you want me to play this back and tell you that I told you that was in the living room? Kitchen, living room, dining. You know, I brought this on myself. I prayed she could talk so I'd better understand her, and now that I better understand her, no, I
Yeah.
don't wish I didn't. I just wish I had a better way to deal with you that wasn't my own sarcastic quips, because clearly that's what got me into this situation in the first place. So, so that's about that. But all right now. Like I got a playlist of music that I'm supposed to play, but with everything that happened and the time that it happened, the time we've been talking, I just can't play it right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna see if I can do one of two things. Either A, do a playlist tomorrow, or B, do a playlist later tonight. But as long as I've maintained my obligation to provide you with some form of entertainment, which at this point has been my life and the random things that happen to it, along with
Right.
along with some guided inspiration from the Apostle Q, I think we touched all the bases here.
I think we did pretty good.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
We about what 13, 13, 12 minutes out before an hour. We did pretty good.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, let me see, because I got some snippets, but like the like my computer likes to play games with me from time to time. So like I try to put something somewhere and it's like, oh, over here. And I'm like, no, but I put you over there. And it's like, haha, over here. So bear with me while I find this list. I got this playlist. I'm gonna just give you a quick 16 and out. We're gonna give you 16 and out. No, I can't do it because I'm gonna start playing it and then I'm gonna get into it. Then I'm gonna want to play other songs, and then I gotta get her like 25 minutes away in the next hour and a half. It's just not gonna work, ladies and gentlemen. But I can play these two songs. Why not? I'm gonna play two songs out of the mix because everybody's talking about these two people anyways. So we might as well play them, and um we'll let y'all decide.
Son, you shouldn't start by saying, I said it, I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendly your jab. You mentioned my seed, I deal with his dad. I gotta go bad, I gotta go bad.
A 7-minute dish. I'm not even playing any more than that first part. There we go. 7 minutes.
I'm sorry that that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have worked. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind them. Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor since your daddy don't teach you.
Dead air is a no-no in this business.
Mhm.
But if we're going by the first 16 bars of both of those songs, Jesus, Drake, what did you do, man? Why would you? Why can't? Why? You could have left well enough alone. You could have left well enough alone. Alone could have been left. Like
Alone could have been left.
alone could have been left. I didn't step like listen. I said this before and I'll say it again, and maybe this is why Kendrick had no problem doing what he did. If and God hasn't stopped me from saying it, and he would if it wasn't true, because I asked him for that reason. The main reason Drake has his position is because I didn't take it. And I'm sure
Oh,
there's a
oh,
lot of people,
I'm sure.
there's a lot of people that can say that, but not all of those people went to high school with his producer.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay. They're
Okay.
not ready. They're not
They're
ready.
not. I bro, listen, I intentionally failed gifted classes because I wanted to help people.
Wow.
And you know what they said to me when they found out that I intentionally failed the gifted class at 8? They said, you have to know exactly what you're doing to fail as horribly as you did.
Wow.
Yes. They said, for you to do this bad, you had to know every single answer.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to go on an ego trip. I'm just trying to
You just
say
saying. You just saying. You
for
just
me to
saying.
for me to try and philanthropize the whole congregation of different nations, etc. Like we got to work together as a culture,
Right.
as a as a as a category, if you will, as a people.
Mhm.
So now we're going back to the Biggie and Tupac of 1994,
Uh-huh.
2024, instead of the like. There's so many better ways to be doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
This is
and
dangerous. It really
Drake
is.
got
It's
bodied. And
dangerous.
Drake got bodied. The man wrote a letter to his son talking to him about how his father was inadequate.
Oof. Yeah, that's crossing lines and boundaries and some
That's
more stuff.
like the last person that made a diss track about me doesn't even have a career anymore.
Mm.
Right? I don't. And they mentioned my daughter.
Wow.
No one mentions them.
Wow. I just don't think that's necessary. I don't know if it's for clickbait, cloud, promotion of other projects, but to me, that stuff, when you start talking about kids and making it that personal to where you're exposing people, and that's on both ends, both of them,
Yes.
really. It sounds good, and you get the attention you're looking for, but you don't know what you're dealing with, for real. You don't know the mental capacity of people. They could
Yes.
be literally plotting on you and you would have no idea. And then all of a sudden stuff happening to you or your stuff or your family or and you don't even realize that you done got set up from
Yep.
running your mouth on some
Yep.
whack. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I just think it's unnecessary.
It is.
I really do. And it's a dangerous game to play.
That's why I stopped battle rapping. It
Yeah.
really is. I start. Oh, you gotta. It's a competition. You gotta make a name for yourself. Da-da-da-da-da.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I have now. I started saying one thing about one person. That one person when I got two more people and came back at a track on me. Okay, now these people live 20 minutes away. If they're gonna go and like you know what I mean, these people live 20 minutes away from where I live. Do I really
Exactly.
want to have to worry about what I'm doing every 15 minutes because these people live 20 minutes away? No. But when it gets to the point that five of them now are on a diss track for me, I have to go and get two of my own. You
Right.
know what I mean? And then
Right.
it just goes back and forth until nah, nah. It's just words. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
words. Go ahead.
It's too much going on out here. And we got
Like
too much to do
too
and too
much to do.
much to live for.
Like I
And
gotta submit this show by tomorrow at 9 p.m. You know what I mean?
okay.
So it can be scheduled and everything. You know what I mean? Next week to be played on Zeno.fm/CULCHASHOCKRADIO. I swear to God, if y'all strike me with a copyright this week, we gonna have a conversation in the netherworld. I'm a this
The
listen.
netherworld for real.
The netherworld. I'm gonna find the ether. I'm gonna have a conversation right in there because they keep hitting me with strikes and I keep saying the things that I'm supposed to be saying because we're monitored by Online Radio Box. We're brought to you now by StreamYard.com. And like if you're scanning for all of the audio, when I say monitored by Online Radio Box, monitored by Online Radio Box, you should know that we're monitored by Online Radio Box. So everybody that has done the paperwork to get their resources provided to them by way of the shares, etc., they get that. It's not like I'm
Mhm.
just playing their music for the sake of playing their music, bro.
Mhm. Mhm.
And when I am, they're still getting money for it. So why?
Mm.
Pourquoi?
Mm.
All
We're not
right.
gonna do that today. Not on no
No,
good Saturday. We're not gonna do
no,
that. Mm.
nah. We gonna have some
We're gonna
fun.
keep it holy. We're gonna
We gonna be
praise God.
spiritual. Yes, Lord. Let's Lord. Thank you for another day. You know what I mean? Thank you for another guest. Thank you for some more time. Is there anyone you'd like to thank before we head out?
First, of course, I would like to thank the Lord, who is first and foremost in life. I feel like I'm speaking at an award show. I like to thank God, who was first and foremost in my life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But no,
yep.
like all jokes aside, I really do. Second, I would love to thank the VGN. I love y'all. Like y'all are so dope. Like it's deeper than rap. Like, and I no pun intended, but all pun intended at the same time.
Yep.
It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than just a network, a show. It's deeper than it's a camaraderie. It's becoming a family. Like
Hmm.
anyway, I just love y'all. Kim, I love you. Miss Kim K, Senior G, I love you. I love you. I love you. Y'all forgive my nail. Y'all see my nail just yeah. We gon' don't worry about all that. But I also want to give a huge, huge, huge shout out to Jacob Anderson and Eddie Jones and 95 South podcast because they are literally the ones who spotted me and said, "We want to help you. We want to put you on." And they did just that. They didn't
Nice.
ask me for anything. There were no stipulations. It was just pure love and pure, I believe in you and I want to help you. And because of them, my brothers, whom I love so dearly, I was introduced to VGN. And mind you, what people don't understand is that I've been saying international for years. I've been saying Diamonds in the Rough is going to be international for years. As a matter of fact, if you look me up in Sunbiz, the name is Diamonds in the Rough International Corp. So I've been speaking it into existence for years. And because of these people, these men, these amazing powerhouses, I am now that. And this is only the surface. We haven't even touched a quarter of what we're really getting ready to do. So I have to give a major shout out to them as well. And I want to thank you, David.
Yeah, thank you.
Got him.
Thank you. Yep.
I want to thank you, sir, for inviting me on this show. I really appreciate it, and I'm very humbled. I
No
love
problem.
when people give me the opportunity to talk about how good God is in a way that they can relate to and they can
Yes.
attain.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And you know what? Like you've opened my eyes to things that I've seen, but you've confirmed things for me.
To God
You
be
know
the
what I mean?
glory.
Because it's one thing to hear it. You know what I mean? Because there's whispers in the wind and signs that pass in glimpses. But when something is confirmed by the words of another, and you haven't spoken those words to anyone but one,
Wow.
you
You
know
know it's
that
God.
you know it's God working. So
Yeah, you know it's God. I take no credit because I'm literally a conduit. I hear, I regurgitate. That's it. I'm not that special. I mean, I am, I'm that guy for real. I really am.
mm,
But at the same time, let me digress because at the same time, I'm not that special. It's not that I'm so good. It's not that I'm so powerful. It's literally God speaking through me or God moving through me. That's all it is.
there you go. An acknowledgement of that is why he shall continue to do.
Yes,
Oh my
yes. I
gosh.
pray.
All right. I have to drive in a way that I'm going to need God's angels to protect me. So feel free to pray for me. I'm gonna drive smart. I'm gonna drive smart.
You
And
got it.
I just gotta get there now. I just gotta get there. I'm waiting for the door to open someone to enter, and then we just pew gone.
Yeah, take
So
off.
let me get my watch on. Um, Apostle Q, we have to do this again.
Yes, I
I
would
can
love
behave myself well enough for one of your conversations and philosophies about God and things like that. I really can. I'm
Okay,
looking.
I'm gonna hold you to it. But see, this is the thing about me. I don't just do shows. I get instructions for everything that I do. So now that you said that, I need to listen for the when,
Hey,
because when I call you, it's going to be significant for that time and for
all right,
whomever is listening.
all right,
But I'm
all
gonna
right.
hold you to it. Now, I don't make me have to run this playback.
Hey, you got it right here at that 1 hour mark of episode 403. I said I'd behave myself for her podcast because she was so great out of mine.
Okay, I'm just saying.
All right. So that being said, for Apostle Q and all those who help me
Mwah.
do what I do, the VGN, including every one of you, bless up. We out. I play shout out, but that's how little time we have. So shout out to all those who are doing the thing. Big up yourselves. Bless up. We out.
Bye, y'all.